What up, socialites? Welcome back to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski.
And me, Gaspare Randazzo.
Listen, I'm going to be in Toronto in a couple weeks. I want to see you there. And then I'm going to be in Madison, Wisconsin, and Tulsa, and Des Moines, and Omaha, a bunch of places. Get your tickets at djoedombrowski.com.
I also am going to be at a bunch of places. I'm going to be at Boston, Staten Island, Philadelphia, West Hartford, Tulsa, Plano, Atlanta, Long Island, LA, Sacramento, Point Pleasant, Seattle, Chicago, Buffalo, Toronto, and Hoboken. Get your tickets at GaspareRandazzo.com.
Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you know that I currently look like a triceratops who had maxocraniofacial surgery. And that's because I pulled the plug and I did the hair transplants. I don't care. People are like, are you going to tell people about it, Gaspare? Why would I not?
I was one of those people.
Just grow a brand new hairline. Who was there to hide? Have you ever seen the movie Mask with Cher?
No. The Mask?
No, just Mask with Cher.
Nah.
That's all I'm going to say. People, if you caught the reference, you caught the reference, but that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, Gaspare, a lot of people in my DMs asking me if I'm going to convince you to do it. And I said, Gaspare Randazzo is such a cheap ass. He would probably put grass seed in his head. I think that would be the way he'd do it.
First off, I would permanent marker right here.
Yo, let me say this right now, though. Keep your hair this short. It looks good this short.
But is my hairline really bad?
You got to be fucking kidding me, brother.
It's still thick, my hair, though. People always tell me that's a good thick head.
Let me tell you what. Somebody lied to you several times and told you that you had thick hair. You don't. Gas, remember the light test that we did in the car? You guys, I made Gaspare put his finger back in.
So no, I don't remember.
I told Gaspare to put his finger in the middle of his head, and I was like, yeah, I could still see your finger when I'm looking at you. I can see it. Gaspare, you should do this.
That's not a test.
Would you ever do this?
Well, I have a lot of questions, and you're good to answer them all. Because I'll admit, guys, I was one of those people who asked Joe, "Are you going to tell people?" But you're right.
Yeah,
like if I got a boob job or if I got a nose job, you're right. I'm going to look different. I would tell people because they can be like, "Oh, nice new boobs, yeah," and I'll be like, "Thanks," you know. So first question: what's the surgery like? Like, do you get to pick your hairline? Are you drawing it out first?
Yeah. Oh, and we drew it out a lot. Like we did a couple different renditions. Okay. And I told them, I was like, hey, let's be real. Okay. I want you to go a little conservative here. I have no problem having to come back and do this again. The one thing and here's the number one thing. Everybody in my DMs thinks I went to Turkey to go do this because that's like the mecca of getting your hairline done. And I'll tell you what, no, I didn't go to Turkey. I went to Los Angeles, California. You know why? Because if they botched my head, I was going to sue the fuck out of them. And you can't do that if they're in Turkey. So I did it here.
Also, if God forbid something happens, you're in an American hospital
forbid.
In a country where you speak the language. I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I don't want to get my head sliced open like a cat dissection in biology class and then have to go to some Turkish cafeteria in some weird hospital after. It was insane.
Okay. So when they drew it, let's say hypothetically I went and I was like, I want my hairline like this. Look.
Yo.
Like straight across.
Yes.
Right,
which is
like
what you don't want. Which is what you don't want.
My eyebrows, for those of you who are just listening.
They would do it. They would do it because you told them.
They would do that. So like I would have hair across my forehead. You could put hair anywhere.
Anywhere. If you wanted hair on your cheeks, they'd give you hair on your cheeks.
Can you? Well, listen, I already have it because I'm a fucking werewolf.
Listen to me. Also, they didn't think it was funny. They were like, we're going to take hair from the back and put it in the front. I was like, you're just going to take it from my ass? And they were just like, Like
they probably hear that joke all the time.
I'm sure, but whatever. A lot of people go to Turkey and they come back with, it looks like someone took a ruler and a Sharpie and just made a perfectly straight line on their head. And they say that they get a lot of people who come back from Turkey to get their hairlines fixed because it was too straight. So if you look, I'm going to show you. So if you're grossed out by this and you're a watcher, turn away.
Where was your hairline?
Not there.
Wait, let me look at that again.
Guess. So what I'm showing you, my regular hairline was like a half inch behind that.
Point to where your regular hairline was.
No, because I'm too afraid to get that close to it.
Oh yeah, all right, don't then. Is it? It looks like when you put turf down in a grass patch, like in the grass, and then you're like, oh, that spot's brown.
This is the last episode, everyone. I'm gonna go kill myself. now that I have turf in a grass patch on my head, you fucking guy.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, if
no,
I
yeah.
Just
no, here's
right
the thing.
Here.
So what you're looking at is just like the scabs, but my natural hair is back there too. So it goes back that far because they like thickened it up also.
Okay. So they're taking what? Like I was trying to explain this to my
From
mom.
the back of my head.
But now is the back of your head like a shaved head? Are you going to grow hair in the back of your head? Oh, it looks normal.
Yeah, and it's all going to grow. It's fine.
So they can just remove a follicle of hair. Like I could pluck my eye out and stick it in another socket and then
not your eye, you fuck.
But I'm saying like, I don't understand. Your hair just, a follicle, it means what? I thought a follicle, think of it. I'm thinking of a follicle like a pimple. Like it's like puffed and then like a hair comes out.
Guess. I pluck a hair out. I pluck a hair out of your beard. Does that hair grow back?
Yes.
Right.
But you can't plant that hair in a new spot.
Because there's something in your skin that triggers the hair to grow. You just pulled out the follicle. You didn't pull out like the root bed structure, what makes hair.
Are they putting the root bed structure in there or are they taking the follicle?
Yes.
So now how's the root?
All this new hair that they put up here, it's going to fall out like tomorrow, they said. But the thing is in there, but the seed good
is planted.
The seed, the gabagool.
Wow. Did it hurt?
Bro, not at all. Not at all. First of all, I was knocked the fuck out. They gave me laughing gas and I was like breathing it. And then I was using it like a vape. I was like, and then I breathe it out and they're like, whoa. They're like, don't breathe it out. Cause then we'll be getting it too. And I was like, oh shit. They're like, breathe it back in the tube. I was like, oh, okay. So they give you laughing gas, Vicodin, and they do a bunch of, like local anesthesia shots to numb the fuck out of your head. So I was literally sitting there watching comedy specials.
So you didn't feel it because you were super high.
Right. Yeah, but here's the thing too. Let me tell you something about Vicodin. I see why people get addicted to that. Holy shit.
That was
I don't have an addictive personality though. Like I'm not craving it anymore and I didn't really like it. I only took it because you have to sleep upright for the first 3 days. And that was very hard for me. So they give you a Vicodin so you can do it.
So what do? You sleep upright so the hairs don't fall out of your head?
So you don't swell. Because if you sleep flat,
yeah, you know what? You don't look swollen. Like when the guys come back from Turkey, they have like a rubber band around their head and it's like mega mind.
A lot of people
don't look
sent
like
me
that.
pictures of them swollen. I didn't swell very bad, but also I'm not much of a sweller as it is. Like even when I got my wisdom teeth out, I went out that night and I didn't swell up like a chipmunk. Like all my friends looked like they got like Mike Tyson and
Yeah.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Listen, mental health is growing and people are more aware of it now than ever, but some things are still in need of some progress. 26% of Americans who participated in a recent survey say that they have avoided seeking mental health support due to fear of judgment. And when people hesitate to get help, it doesn't just affect them, it impacts their families, workplaces, their entire community. So that's why we're inviting you to start BetterHelp. Let me tell you what, BetterHelp is super helpful for learning positive coping skills, how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself that you may have always wanted to be. And it's not just for people who have experienced major trauma. A lot of people think that that's why you go to therapy. You can go to therapy for many different reasons. And this could be your gateway. BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapists from their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. BetterHelp is fully online, which is making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Easily switch therapists at any time at no extra cost. We are all inviting you to head over to BetterHelp. We're all better with help. That's betterhelp.com/social studies to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/social studies.
Guys, I don't know about you, but I like keeping my money where I can see it. Unfortunately, traditional big wireless carriers seem to always like keeping my money too. After years of overpaying for wireless, I finally got fed up with the crazy high wireless bills, the bogus fees, and all the free perks that actually end up costing me more money in the long run. And I switched over to Mint Mobile. I was done with these overpriced wireless plans. With Mint Mobile, I'm paying a premium wireless plan. And guess what? It's starting at $15 a month. And it comes with high-speed data, unlimited talk to text, and it's on the nation's largest 5G network. Best part for me was I got to keep all my existing contacts. So that girl who gave me a piece of gum in high school who I thought I was going to kiss after school, who gave me her number, I still have it in my phone. And now she's older and I'm married and I won't call her, but it's nice to know that I could if I wanted to. So ditch overpriced wireless. Get 3 months of premium wireless services from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/social studies. That's mintmobile.com/social studies. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month 5 GB plan required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. So now how long till it looks like not a buzz cut?
So what's going to happen is like the hair that they put in is going to fall out, right? But the seed is, if we will, I guess we're using wrong terms, is still there. So they said in about 3 months,
okay,
I will have new little wispy, very soft baby hairs coming up. And then in 8 to 12 months will be the full results.
So in a year from now, you're going to have a full head of hair.
A year from now, I'm going to be so fucking sexy. You're not even going to be able to handle being on this podcast with me.
Maybe I'll get it too.
Bro, if you get it too, let me be your babysitter.
Yeah, well,
if you get it too, I'm behind the cameras, like doing all the content, like for sure. Like honestly, like high key, I was sort of like, I wish Gas was here. I was thinking about it. I was like, it'd be funny if he was like in the other room getting it too. And then,
just
but
like doing Patreon footage.
But you would have been, bro. I know you on the Viking. You would have been on a fucking another planet.
Well, I told you when they gave me
I know.
I thought my tongue fell out of my mouth.
I know.
I was like, my tongue is out of my mouth. And they were like,
if you and I got this done at the same time, I guarantee I would have heard your nurses like laughing in the other room. Because I could only imagine this shit. So real talk. Would you do this or is this like not for you? That's fine.
I'm just going to naturally let age get me.
That's fine. Like, that's great.
Like when I start, like right now, I mean, my hair looks cool. It does. Like I was like, okay, this is a good haircut. You know, like I fully embraced, no longer, remember I used to shave the side and used to make fun of me. So I don't do that anymore. So now it just looks like I have hair in the middle of my head. Like I almost look like a soccer player.
When you look straight into the camera. Yep. There he is. There he is.
What? That's no good? I look like a rooster?
I didn't say that. You said that.
Oh. No, because I said to a girl, one of my students, she said, did you get a haircut? And I said, yeah. And she said, seems like a waste of money since it's all falling out anyway.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, damn, that was good.
Got your ass.
So speaking of hospitals and pain, Joseph,
wait. I'm not done telling you about this yet.
Oh yeah, I want to hear more. I thought you're done.
So then I get online and I start telling people. I told people about it, right? And then like the swelling started to fill in. So whatever. Well, some people missed the first part of my story because it's only on there for 24 hours where I was like, I got hair transplants, whatever. Gaspar, I shit you not, people were in my DMs concerned. They're like, you're bald. Your face is swelling. Do you have cancer? Legitimately asking me if I had cancer. And I was like, that's so sweet. However, I think you need to go in for a psych evaluation. Second, people then I was fucking with them. And I went online and I told a story that I climbed a tree to prune it and I knocked into a wasp's nest and it was full of murder hornets and they stung me on the head. And that's why I'm swollen like this. I'm not shitting you. 7 out of 10 people believe it.
Of course they did.
Believe Gaspar, are you? First of all, it's May. What fucking fruit trees am I climbing right now? Second of all, like they stung me, but only in a perfect new hairline.
Oh, thank you. You're just keeping your head sideways. Ooh,
And
good job.
someone DM'd me too. They go, "You're lying. You went to Turkey and got your hairline and got hair transplants." And I said, "I'm not lying. I did not go to Turkey and get hair transplants. I went to Los Angeles."
So like, I would only do it for the story. Like, I would do it just to be like, I did it, but I don't want to be bald. Like,
Well, brother, first of all, you're not taking any finasteride and you're not doing the surgery. You're going to be bald.
what's finasteride? Is that a cream?
It's a pill. So you're already out,
Oh.
but it's a pill. It's tiny, but it's a pill that it doesn't grow you new hair. It just like stops hair from falling out. So you would look like this for the rest of forever. Right. Yeah.
So I should start giving that to my kids now.
No, fuck. Jesus Christ. Child Protective Services. No.
Let them keep what they got.
No, Gaspar. Jesus.
I'm kidding, everybody. No. Today I was talking to my students about something, and this kid looked different. And I go, "You look different." He goes, "I shaved." And I was like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "You guys shave?" And then I started thinking, I was like, "What age did I start shaving?" Because like I teach 16-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
And did you shave at 16?
Yeah, like 15 probably.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't have facial hair until I was like maybe in college. Like, I don't ever remember like having a beard. I don't remember ever like having a mustache when I was in high school. I did have that Jimmy Neutron haircut for a long time.
Me too.
That was in the flip.
Yeah.
All right. So let me tell you what happened to my son this week.
Oh, dude. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it, but
No.
I do need to know the full. Because we kind of like loosely talked about it.
Well, yeah, because you had just gotten hair surgery and whatever.
Yeah.
So
the picture. Oh, okay.
On Thursday night, we were at a friend's house. We're about to leave. Guess was like, oh, there was like a little kid's quad. It's so funny because when I tell people a quad, they're like, you live in New York City. Where the hell was he riding a quad? He wasn't on a quad. It was like the Barbie Jeep. Remember the Barbie Jeep?
Yeah.
But like a little more like older. You know what I mean? Like for older kids, not for.
Sure.
So he's on this little four-wheeler, and thank God he had a full helmet on. And he's just going in circles in my friend's driveway. And we're like, all right, yeah, let's go. He goes, okay. He goes to turn. And dude, in slow motion, the thing flips over so slow. He falls, lands, and he yells, ow, ow, my ankle. So I go running over. I'm like, what's the matter, baby? I go, oh, I throw the quad. Like that whole thing about like superhuman strength in the emergency is real. Like I saw him on the ground and I could have threw the quad 3 blocks. And then I look at him and I was like, dude, your ankle's fine. I was like, get up. I put my hand out to hold his hand. Joey picks his hand up. It was like
Gaspar, the picture.
S.
I know.
And I was like, okay, don't move. Okay, stay where you are. Don't move at all. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do right now. So my friend is like right below a doctor, like a PA. And we were at his house. So he's like, it's broken. Go to the hospital right now. So I'm like, oh, great. So we go to the hospital. And now I had Lucy. I didn't know where to bring her. So I was like, Lucy, you're going to stay with our friend for a little. And she's like, if I'm staying here, does that mean I'm married to the little boy?
Lucy.
The little boy's name is Nico. She's like, does this mean I'm married to Nico? I was like, no, you're freaking married to anybody. I'm like, you're staying here because brother broke his arm. So we go to the hospital. First off, Gaspar's in the hospital bed, and the nurse comes over and she's like, you have to be my favorite patient. He goes, how can I be your favorite patient? You just met me. And she's like, okay.
This is so your son.
She's like, okay, you're right. And then they gave him, I don't know if you ever saw this, Joe. It's like a pen, right? Picture a pen, but at the end, it's got like a spray. And it temporarily for like 3 minutes gets you high.
Cool. Can we get some?
So literally, he laid there. They sprayed this stuff up his nose, and he was like, oh, so would you rather be dog man? Would you rather have a dog body and a human head, or a human body and a dog head? He's asking them this, and they're all answering.
That's him normal.
No, that was normal him. So they're all laughing, and they're asking him, and all of a sudden, then they tie his hand up to a rope, a gauze, and they hang it to the IV bag. Okay.
Oh my God.
And
oh God.
they take weights, little miniature weights that have a rope connecting them. They tie one weight to one side of his arm, the other to the other, and they just let it hang. And it slowly pulled his arm.
Bro. Oh no.
Down,
oh God.
While it put his arm bone back into place. It just did it. So every few minutes, he'd be like, so I think I'd rather have a dog body. And then he would go, what's wrong with my wrist? And then they would just lean in and be like, spray him. And then he'd be like, so anyway, dogs are really funny because like you could run around, you could bark. And then he'd be like, oh my God, my wrist is and then spray. And then he's like,
don't make me laugh. My head hurts.
He's like, I play chess. Like it was so crazy. Oh, but also the best part was while this was all going on, he's going to them, but I have to go to bed soon. It's really getting late.
Of course,
and it's past my bedtime. So they were like, buddy, it's okay. And he goes, what time is it? And they go, 9:10. He goes, it's a school night. I have to be in bed by 9 o'clock. I have to go to bed right now.
Obsessed with sleep.
So then they go, well, you're not going to school tomorrow. So what time do you go to bed on the weekends? He goes, I'm not going to school tomorrow. No, because he loves school. So he was like so upset. And then he's like, I go to bed at 10 on the weekends. So sure enough, at like 10:15, he's like, what time is it? They were like 10:15. He's like, guys, you got to let me go to sleep. He was trying to force himself to go to sleep, said he didn't miss sleep. I was like,
your kid is so funny. He's the only kid I think in the world that just like needs to go to bed on time. Kids fight to stay awake.
I know. And like Lucy literally looks at him like, dude, what are you doing? Like, just
I bet he's always going to be like that.
Oh, yeah. He's like a grandpa. Joe, his friends could come over and at like 7:30, he's like, I got to use the bathroom. And he goes and he reads books on the toilet and then gets out and then goes, I'm actually just going to go to bed. And his friends are over. And we're like, dude, your friends are here. Hang out. Nah, it's getting late. I'm going to go to bed. And he just goes to bed. He does. And Lucy's like, well, then I'll play with your friends if you're not going to hang out. So
also, every once in a while, I keep looking at, I think I'm getting more swollen as this episode goes on. Have my eyes ever been this far apart?
Right. Yeah, they do look more spread out.
Yeah, than when we started.
Well, I don't know about when we started, but as a
also,
whole.
Morgan the other day was like, I was talking to him. He's like, you have to move your forehead. He's like, I can't handle you're not moving your forehead. Like, you need to be able to move your forehead. And I was like, okay, sorry. Didn't know this was a trigger.
Does he like it?
I mean, you can't really tell. Can I be so honest with you? There's one thing that's freaking me out a little bit. And it's, it's more than yesterday. Yesterday, I couldn't feel the top of my head at all.
Yeah, that freaks me out. I couldn't do this.
But like, it's fine. It's back. It's back. It's back. But now I'm just like, my forehead, I don't know, man. Now, I think it's going to take a minute.
Can you get wet?
Yes.
I don't know. Is it like
Great.
water in a garden?
No, it's actually funny. You gotta make this special foam with a sponge, and then you just dab the foam on your head, and you let it sit for 2 minutes. Then you gotta take a cup of water and like gently run it so it just like runs down your head. But the back is different. That you gotta like scrub lightly.
You are literally a Chia Pet.
100%. Yep.
That's how you take care of a Chia Pet.
Dude, I
You dab
cannot
it.
wait for this shit to grow in. I'm so excited. Tomorrow's the scariest day. So tomorrow, so the first day, the day after, you have to go back in and they wash your hair and they teach you how to do it. And then you have to do that twice a day, every day for the next 3 days. And then on the fourth day, you have to put that foam on and you have to let it sit for 15 minutes. And then you have to take your fingers and very gently, you have to get the scabs off because they're like the scabs are covering the seed that you and I have been calling it. And that seed needs to be able to breathe. So it's very important you get the scabs off. So they go, you very gently have to like get the scabs off on Saturday. And I'm like, fuck. And it's freaking me out.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't do it. Like, that's why I wouldn't do it.
But they said it's not going to be like picking off a scab. They're like,
They
it's
just
not,
fall out.
It's like when a scab is done. They're like, your scab, because they're so small. They're smaller than a pinhead. So they're like, the
Yeah, I
scabs
guess
are
it's
done.
not really a huge deal.
Yeah. They're like, the scabs are done.
Now, have you considered shaving your beard?
No, hell no.
Like, and then
I
just
look
being
weird without a beard.
completely
Just
bald,
looking like a little baby.
bald face, bald head.
bald
I can't wait
face
till it
looking
all
at
falls
boy.
out.
Okay. I
Like-
do.
I want it all to fall out. Like, I want to see you bald. Like, I feel like it'd be better.
Okay. I don't, but thank you.
No, like, I feel like it'll actually look more natural just bald.
Okay.
No?
Well, what's going to
All right.
happen is all of this is going to fall out and then it's going to be my regular weird ass hairline again until it grows back in.
Oh. I thought
Right.
you like stayed bald for a little.
No, Gaspar. You guys know I am a glutton for Hero Bread. Holy hell, am I addicted? You're going to love it too. Listen to this. With Hero Bread, you can focus on your health goals and still indulge in your favorite bready meals completely guilt-free. I am enjoying the bagel breakfast sandwich or burgers with brats with soft, fluffy buns, sandwiches for an easy lunch, or even meal prep enchiladas with their tortillas. Their baked goods are mouthwatering while still being ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and are high in fiber. Are you kidding me? I'm obsessed with Hero Bread. It tastes so good and it feels so good because I'm eating so good. It's soft, it's fluffy, it's delicious and nutritious. But how does Hero Bread fit in your lifestyle? Well, healthy work week lunches, easy breakfast sandwiches, family meals, whatever you want to do, taco nights, make it happen. You can just switch on over to Hero Bread and be a healthy little buttermilk biscuit. I don't think they have those, so do not quote me on that part, but they do have things that could probably replace your craving for something like that. Anyway, I want you to get Hero Bread now. I highly suggest their classic plain bagel. It's only 4 net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and 19 grams of protein. But if you want their Hero Everything bagel, that's 5 grams of net carbs and 17 grams of protein. And also, I just said bagel because I was so excited to tell you about the Everything bagel that I couldn't say it right the first time. That's how good Hero Bread is. So listen, you never know when you're going to want it, so just go ahead and get it now. Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order when you go to hero.co and use code SOCIAL at checkout. That's social, SOCIAL, at HERO.co. Get it, trust me, use it, love it.
This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. So the summer's coming. I'm touring. I'm living my life. I'm taking my kids to the park. I'm taking them to the beach, even though I hate taking them to the beach because it's hot and then I got to pack all this stuff and it's really a nightmare. But I'm doing all that stuff. And the thing is, I'm thirsty, okay? I'm at all these events and I'm thirsty and sometimes water's just not enough. I know for me, when I'm at work, I drink water all day, but I get bored of water. So what I'm loving is I take a little liquid IV, I tear it open, I pour it in my water, and I enjoy it. I drink it, and I actually like the flavors. I feel so much more hydrated. I actually feel like I'm taking like an energy boost when I do it. Staying hydrated is important, especially like if you're playing sports or you're outside, you're doing all those things. So the thing that I like most about Liquid IV is it's true to fruit flavors. The thing about it is like you want a little acai berry, it tastes like that. You want lemon lime, it tastes like that. You want pina colada, it tastes like that. Raspberry lemonade, white peach, rainbow sherbet, and there's 3 times the electrolytes that leading sports drinks have. So if you're gonna drink something and you want it to taste good, you want the vitamins. There's 8 essential vitamins and nutrients. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, vegan, non-GMO. All the things that you want are in this drink. Get ready for summer with extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code SOCIAL at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code SOCIAL at liquidiv.com.
Anyway, we got an email that I wanted to read.
Wait, before we do the email, I do have a question for you.
Tell me what's up.
So let me tell you about my night, which is about to happen. I just posted this on Patreon, which you too could become a member of at
Patreon.com/the Social Studies Podcast.
So I'm doing a conference, an educational conference tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. And I need your advice because I know you do in Rochester, New York.
Love. Okay, great. And you're flying?
So I was flying up until last hour. I was supposed to fly. Last night, Newark Airport announced that that 50% of all flights today and last night were delayed or canceled. 50% of them. There is a, what do you call it? They're doing construction on the runway, so they're only allowing 25 planes in and out per hour. It's a major, probably one of the biggest in the East Coast, and they're only letting 25 planes out per hour.
And they couldn't pre-plan for this?
So I flew last weekend, and the same thing happened. I was delayed. I sat on the runway for 2 hours going, and I was delayed 4 hours coming home. It's been a nightmare flying out of Newark. So Newark United emailed me, and they were like, hey, listen, you can get a full reimbursement on your flight, which pretty much means we're not taking off most likely, because like they're not asking people to, they don't ever just give you it back for free if they thought there was going to be a chance. So in my head, I'm like, all right, there's no chance this plane's going. It's all flights are now down. I was just looking, they're all shit. None of them are taking off. So now I got to drive there. The conference is at 9 a.m. So I have to drive there tonight. Right now it's 4:30 on a Friday. We're recording. It's May 2nd. I have to drive tonight. What?
4 hours?
5.5.
Okay.
So it's long, and I did work all day, and I did do a show last night. So I'm pretty tired. But anyway, whatever. So I do have to make that drive. I'm dreading it. I'm going to take a little like half-hour nap after this. Then I'll make dinner, and then I'm going to head out, and hopefully I'll get there by 11, 12 o'clock. Anyway, what do I wear to do this?
I'll tell you this, not a t-shirt.
Yeah, like, do I have to dress up?
No, I never really dressed up either. Like, there's this one teacher speaker who's such a stickler for like wearing suits and stuff. And I'm like, please get over yourself. We're teachers. We're not like making suit money. So, no, like a nice, I don't know. We got a nice shirt with a collar on it and like a nice pair of not jeans, but not dress pants. Like I would use the word chino, but I know you don't know what that is.
That's short pants, right?
No.
Then I don't know.
Do you have a polo?
Cholo?
Polo? Do you have a polo?
Oh. Isn't that the pants? I have a polo, but I don't wear polos. They don't fit my body right. I don't have a neck for a polo. You know what I mean?
Well, what are you going to wear, Gaspare?
That's why I'm asking you. Like, do I have to wear a
sweater?
suit? like a sweatshirt,
No, a sweater.
like one that like it's like long sleeve, but like a thermal. I have thermals.
How do you do anything?
I don't go to things that sweat like a sweater. You mean like with the like a popped collar? You know what I mean?
No,
Like
Gasper, like a sweater. Like what? A fucking sweater, not a sweat, not a crew neck sweat shirt.
I have a ton of
A
crew neck sweatshirts.
Yeah, I know
like,
you do.
From Michaels, like if you buy like the Gildans.
I hate you.
I don't
Gasper,
have a
what do you
sweater.
have? Do you have anything with a collar on it?
Yeah, I have a dress shirt that I wear to every event. It's
Yeah, but
red.
Maybe not a dress shirt. I don't think you need to wear a dress shirt.
And if I'm gonna wear it, I cannot
And let me
eat
guess,
from
it's
now
just
till
white.
tomorrow.
It's just white, isn't it?
No, it's red. It's red and white stripes. It's like candy striper.
Oh, fuck no.
Don't wear that?
Oh, God, no.
What about
else do you
do
have?
have a like a checkered shirt.
Shirt?
I don't know. It's
What
like
color's the thermal?
I have them in every color. They're thermals.
Do you have
they're
do you have like a heather gray or?
Nah, I mean, they're like, I think I wore one on the Trust when I was on the TV
Ugh,
show.
this is fine. Why don't you wear a white or a gray thermal with your black bomber over it, black jeans and your white sneakers? I mean, that's the most dressed up. At
I
least
bought
you're
new
putting
sneakers.
together a look. You know what I'm saying?
I bought new sneakers, so I do
And
feel
they're-
like
No, bitch. You bought the same sneakers again. Okay. You didn't. Let's not get it twisted.
okay, wait, you ready to hear something even crazier? So I've abandoned the white Nikes. I found at Burlington Coat Factory. Did you ever hear of them?
Yeah.
That's a yes. Burlington Coat Factory sells these sneakers.
Can I
but
say
they're
something really
dressy.
quick? Do you know how meme accounts usually have like really clever names? The best one is Burlington Throat Factory. So funny.
You told me about the name
Yeah.
that someone had. That yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
So I found these sneakers. They're from Levi's. They
Okay.
are so nice. You want me? I can almost show you them for real.
No.
They're so nice. They were $22. My Nikes are $90, and I keep buying the same ones. These were $22. Joe, I asked them to go in the back and get me every 10 and a half they have, and I bought out the whole rack.
How many?
I bought 4 pairs. It's still cheaper than my white Nikes.
I buy shoes in bulk like that too.
Yeah, $22. It came out to $88. I'm wearing these for the next year
You are
minimum.
Yeah. One pair a quarter. Good job.
Yeah. So
So
and
anyway,
they're fancy. Like people are always like, "Wow, those dress shoes." I'm like, "Nah, they're sneakers."
the
No one's ever
thermal,
asked that.
the black bomber.
But all right, a t-shirt's not it, is what you're saying.
No, a t-shirt's
and then I'll
not
look.
it.
All right, I'm gonna
A
look. At my
thermal is more
closet.
like a thermal is closer to a sweater.
And then
And
like
are you doing
jeans.
stand up or are you like speaking?
No, forget it. I'm literally doing I'm just going. I'm speaking. I'm introducing someone. I can't say who over this. I don't know if I can say who they are. They told
it's
me
a New York thing. It's a New York thing.
he's it's a New York thing.
Why don't you wear your Jets bomber?
I don't
Is
know.
that
It's
too?
like
Is it like too dressed
unprofessional.
down? Yeah. Well, so are you.
Well, you know what's funny? I asked the lady who hired me, and she's like, "Where would you feel comfortable?" And she's like, "They know who you are."
I
And
would say
was
the
like,
black bomber, a white or a gray thermal with black jeans and the white sneakers.
Yeah, well, I'll send you a picture tomorrow of my black t-shirt, black jeans, new sneakers.
Great. Perfect.
Because
All
I
right,
feel like a
before we
black
end-
t-shirt's classy. Like people are always
Yeah.
like, "Oh, nice."
Okay, before we end, I want to read an email and I have a story to go off of it with you. It's called
Okay.
I Didn't Expect to Cry When I Listened to the Episode, Am I the Gas Hole? Hi, Joe and Gasper. I love your show so much. You've actually read some of my messages before when I wrote them about the ostrich farm in Arizona and my 6-year-old who is singing Speak a Little Dutch. Wow, we got to throw back that song soon. Okay. Anyway, yesterday, I was listening to the episode, Am I the Gas Hole? And while I love the randomness of your conversations, I was completely caught off guard when Gasper mentioned going down to the Make-A-Wish rabbit hole and talking about crying at The Rock's video with the little boy recently. You see, I've ugly cried to that video at least a dozen times because oh my God, I'm going to fucking cry.
No, I don't want to hear it.
No, you do want to hear it.
I want to know now, but...
Okay, hold on. I literally need a second. Okay. She goes, wow, holy fuck. This is one of those moments where you're like, you never know who's listening. Okay. You see, I've ugly cried to that video at least a dozen times because that little boy was my nephew, my sister's son, Kane. I immediately texted the podcast to my sister and brother and said that I didn't expect that in the show and that the title and that was in the title, and that's what we all laughed about. When he passed, get through it, Joe.
Sorry.
Get through it, Joe. Get through it, Joe. When he passed, my sister and his twin, who was the one who asked The Rock to sing, said they wanted to make Kane famous. His life was a series of miracles, and we can't make sense of why it ended. And we all can hope for his legacy to inspire people to be brave and kind, like he was. Obviously, The Rock sharing that video catapulted his story to millions of people. Then it got picked up by news outlets, and somehow hearing it on my favorite podcast made it really made it really hit me that even in a brief moment, his story is famous. Thank you for doing what you do and making me laugh every week. I listened to the show and wanted to respond in real time, whether it's helping Gaspare pronounce things correctly or relating to Joe's story of being from the Midwest, but I couldn't pass up actually responding to this. I love hearing when you meet your fans at shows. I hope to be there someday. Please come to our flyover state of Minnesota. I promise you'll find funny, weird, touristy things to do here. Signed, Amanda. Yes, you can use my real name. That was so fucking cool. That was
Thank you,
so
Amanda.
cool to hear. Yeah. Thank you, Amanda. Wow, that's wild, dude. You do really never know.
Yeah.
You do really never know.
Crazy.
Can I? Okay. First of all, shout out Kane. We're pouring one out for Kane. I'm pouring one out for Kane. Gaspar's pouring out probably a Monster Energy drink because he doesn't drink alcohol. This happened to me again this week. This happened to me the night before I got my hair surgery. First of all, I'm a Disney hater. I don't like Disney World. I don't like Disney adults. I think Disney's a weird sham, right? Gaspare was caught so off guard. I'm doom scrolling, and this little deaf boy goes up to Buzz Lightyear at Disney World, and the mom starts communicating to the boy for Buzz. Buzz fucking Lightyear puts his hand up to the mom stop, and full on sign languages to the little kid, and I'm bawling my eyes out, and then I'm thinking about it even more, and I'm like, all these fucking little spoiled kids, they go up to Buzz Lightyear, and Buzz Lightyear doesn't talk to them. He just makes weird signs with his hand, and they don't do. But this kid got to legit talk to him, sobbing in a hotel room by myself.
I think I saw. I didn't see that, but I've seen the Disney princess do it. There's videos of it.
Lost it.
No, that's a good. A good, if I was running one of those, I don't know, if I was running a character thing, I would put that in there. Hey, it'd be a plus if you knew sign language, because that hits a whole nother level.
Or
because,
anything, you know what
basic,
I mean?
But basic sign language, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Well, actually, you know what? I'll share something about Joe. So a girl in my class, I guess I could say this. There's nothing, I'm not saying anything personal about her. I have a student who's deaf in my class, and I signed her. She does have an interpreter. She's a awesome, sweet, love, great kid. And I signed to her all the time. And it's so cool because her interpreter signs to her, and it's a really cool thing. And one day, she was it's crazy. I go through my whole life every day. No teachers ever teach me. I just have to look at the interpreter. But you talk to me in sign language. It's really cool. And it turned out that she's a fan of Joe, which was so crazy because she's a high school kid. We don't ever really think of ourselves as high school kids looking at.
My my cousin was explaining to me, my cousin's kids are like, the oldest is a junior in high school, and like another one's gonna be a freshman, and they were like, yeah, none of them give a fuck about you. Like,
Yeah.
like, yeah, they don't give a fuck. And I'm like, yeah, that's not the demo.
But she did, and she like liked certain videos that Joe made, and it was cool. And so I texted Joe. I was like, yo, do me a favor. I was like, can you just say like, hey, nice to meet you in sign language? And I showed it to her today, and she was like blown away. Like, well, first off, because she was like, I saw you on his Instagram page, and I was like, yeah, because I don't ever talk about social media with the kids. Not like I'm like, hey guys, I have a podcast if you guys want to listen.
No, for real.
You know, so it was just so cool. And then I showed it to her today, and she was like, oh my God. And she's like, you know, I was like, just, you know, I was like, yeah, I was like, here, you know, he wanted to say nice to meet you. And she's like, and then she asked if you learned it for her or if you knew it. So I was like, I was like, he knows sign language. He learned it. And she was like, oh, that's so cool that he knows it, you know.
Oh, that was a good question for her to ask.
Yeah, well, I guess she wanted to know, like, is he just bullshitting me and just trying to be nice?
And you guys too, Gaspare told me just to say hi to her, and I even made it my own too. I said, hey girl. I said it gay like I would if I was speaking. Did you laugh when you saw that?
Yeah, well, first I was like, does he know what he's doing? I thought you were just thought that it was like the part of the sign. I didn't know if you knew that it meant, hey girl.
Of course.
I don't know.
Of course. Yeah, like I'm just hey, throwing shit out there. What if I was just like doing random hands and I ended up saying like, hey, hot dog or something weird?
Good. She would have laughed. On the internet stuff, like it's so funny because like when we were kids, do you remember you used to like Google something and like,
yeah,
I remember once we Googled my friend's father's name and a picture of him on like, this is like early internet, a picture of him popped up like on his company's website. And it was like, you know, yeah. And like, but like now, like my son's friends Google his name, which is the same as mine, and all pictures of me pop up. And they're always like, yo, it's your dad. And he's like, okay, yeah, he's famous. Like, guess we don't think like to him, it means nothing. Like, he's just like, yeah, he's on the internet. Okay.
Yeah, for me, it's still you type Joe Dombrowski and it's a famous bicyclist who still comes
one day you'll get there, Joe.
But shout out to Joe Dombrowski. We did DM each other a while ago. Anyway, great episode. You guys, come see me live. Tickets, thejoedombrowski.com.
And me, GaspareRandazzo.com. Thanks, guys.